Visa-free Europe. The Friendly European Union Border Project is part of a Stefan Batory Foundation program called Open Europe. The program aims to act as an advocate for a friendly policy framework toward Eastern Europe from both Poland and the European Union. Support democratization in Eastern Partnership countries and promote pro-European Union attitudes in Eastern European societies. What kind of projects and activities can you find in the Open Europe program? The aim of the project is to eliminate visas between the European Union, Eastern Partnership countries, and Russia, and to improve the operation of the European Union's external borders. The program encourages debates between experts and politicians from both countries on the triangle of Polish, Ukrainian, European relations. It promotes debates between young experts from Poland and Russia on the internal and international situation, and debates and conferences on foreign affairs. This project has been running since 2002, actively promoting a friendly visa policy for the European Union and improvement of its eastern border. Our mission is to entirely eliminate visas between the European Union and EAP countries and between the European Union and Russia. Our additional objective is to raise the standards of services on the European Union's eastern border. Here's what we do. We monitor the policies and procedures adopted by the consulates of European Union member states for issuing visas to citizens from Eastern Partnership countries. We monitor the situation on the eastern border crossing points of the European Union. We create and disseminate our reports and policy papers, which are the effect of our monitoring activity. We present our reports, policy papers, findings and recommendations during meetings and conferences in Poland, European Union member states, European Union institutions, and Eastern Partnership countries. We also assess the current state of preparation of Eastern Partnership countries for visa-free movement with the support of our locally based experts, which in practice means that they monitor the level of compliance of each Eastern Partnership country with the requirements placed by the European Union in the visa liberalization action plans. Our activities in practice. Presentation of the report on the Polish-Ukrainian border in Warsaw. Information point on Visa-Free Europe Coalition at the Schuman Parade in Warsaw. Visa-Free Europe Coalition meeting in Warsaw. Seminar on visa liberalization process in Kiev. European Union Russian Civil Society Forum in St. Petersburg. Panel discussion on monitoring of visa liberalization process in Tbilisi. Presentation of the report on the Polish-Ukrainian border during Euro 2012 in Warsaw. Presentation of the Eastern Partnership Visa Liberalization Index in the European Parliament. And lastly, the exhibition Visa, What's the Reason? In the Polish Parliament. The Friendly European Union Border Project team is formed of two people, Jakub Benediciak and Krzysztof Mrozek. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to write to us. Because we want to make our activity more effective, we've set up the Visa-Free Europe Coalition. We've come together in order to foster debate on visa issues, make our voice heard, and organize pan-European projects. The Visa-Free Europe Coalition was set up in November 2010 in Warsaw on the initiative of the Stefan Batory Foundation. It now consists of 43 organizations from the European Union, Eastern Partnership, and Russia. The majority of them are active members of the European Union Eastern Partnership Civil Society Forum and the European Union Russia Civil Society Forum. The mission of our coalition is to abolish visas between the European Union and the Eastern Partnership and between the European Union and Russia for the security of our continent and for continued democratic transformation and modernization. Our target groups are decision makers in the European Union member states, European Union institutions, the Eastern Partnership and Russia, the media, experts in academia, civil society activists, public opinion in the European Union, Eastern Partnership countries, and Russia. Achievements of the Visa-Free Europe Coalition. Recommendations of Visa-Free Coalition were visible in official documents of the European Parliament. The visa liberalization process has become one of the priorities of the Eastern Partnership. Visa subgroups were set up within the European Union Eastern Partnership Civil Society Forum and the European Union Russia Civil Society Forum. During the third European Union Russia Civil Society Forum, we created recommendations on EU-Russia visa policies, developed a statement on making public the list of common steps, prepared a document on common criteria for the European Union and Russia before an agreement on visa-free movement can be signed, and we authored an appeal relating to the reintroduction of a Russian visa requirement for the occupants of European Union vehicles. These are the Coalition's activities. We support the visa liberalization process between the European Union and its eastern neighbors. We build a platform for a wide range of research projects, advocacy, and monitoring. We collect and provide news and information on visa issues. We struggle against myths, stereotypes, and superstitions. We transfer visa-related information. We stimulate debate on the visa liberalization process between the European Union, Eastern Partnership countries, and Russia, and raise public awareness on this issue. We exchange experience both inside and outside the Coalition. Finally, we conduct evidence-based advocacy. On the initiative of the Stefan Batory Foundation Visa-Free Coalition, we set up the Eastern Partnership Visa Liberalization Index. This interactive, evidence-based tool is administered by the Friendly European Border Project team from the Batory Foundation that works on the basis of the reports provided by 6 experts from the Eastern Partnership countries. Here's how it works. Visa liberalization is not only a technical, but also a political process. The visa regime is one of the elements protecting against illegal migration and transborder organized crime. Therefore, visa-free movement is granted to those countries which are deemed safe, well-governed, ensure security and order, and most importantly, are not a source of illegal migrants and asylum seekers. That's the reason why the European Union conditioned visa-free movement with the Eastern Partnership countries and Russia upon meeting the criteria in 4 policy areas, which are security documents, migration, public security and order, and external relations and fundamental rights. The Eastern Partnership Visa Liberalization Index is prepared in the following manner. Every 3 months, 6 experts from each Eastern Partnership country prepare an assessment of the extent to which his or her country has fulfilled the criteria for visa liberalization. Our experts' reports are in the form of a questionnaire that includes the 4 policy areas. When the reports are ready, they're reviewed and checked by the supervisor Oleksandra Shushko, research director at the Institute for Euro-Atlantic Cooperation in Kiev. After revision, the Friendly Border team from the Stefan Batory Foundation assigns a score from 1 to 10 to all Eastern Partnership countries. Obviously, the fundamental question is, why are we pressing for a visa-free Europe? We're doing this because it means trust building, innovation and development, economic development, and security and democracy. Trust building. A visa-free regime means easier traveling and more people who travel abroad, which would mean more people-to-people contacts, more student exchange programs, more Twin City cooperation links, and more transborder cooperation. Innovation and development. A visa-free regime means intensification of scientific cooperation and cross-border tourism, which would mean more networks of universities, development of the borderland, and the strengthening of borderland cooperation and know-how transfer. Economic development. A visa-free regime means fewer obstacles for business, which would mean more profits from tourism, economic exchange, and more mutual investments. Security. A visa-free regime means easier security checks at the borders, which would mean more effective international cooperation in fighting against drugs, financing terrorism, human trafficking, and similar activities, modernized online border management systems, crossing borders by presenting a passport only, and modernization of the border and migration management systems. Democratization. A visa-free regime means a step towards democracy because the visa liberalization process requires the strengthening of democratic institutions, open borders, and the promotion and exchange of ideas and values, creating democratic attitudes. Thank you for your attention. Visa-free Europe. One Europe.